right, how you guys doing?
Yes, we back.
We back again. I just want to thank you all for tuning in, and I want y'all to remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can get all of our videos as soon as they drop. We want y'all to see us just like we want to see y'all tuned in to us. Now, what's the question you got, Granddaddy?
Well, the question today is, as we grow older and life seems to hand you all kinds of difficulties, the question I want to pose is, what makes you angry during all of your struggles in life? What do you feel causes you to be angry?
You know what? That's a good question, Granddaddy, because I know what causes me to be angry is me not being productive. Me not going forward and not feeling like I'm walking in my purpose.
Okay.
You know, I feel like that causes me to be more frustrated than anything, honestly. Because when I'm stagnant, when I'm not doing anything, when I feel like I'm not creating no type of momentum, no motion, I'm not pushing towards greatness and being the person that I'm supposed to be in this life, I get extremely frustrated.
Okay.
Because I know I can do better. And it don't even have nothing to do with nobody else. It's all about me at this point. Like, I used to get mad at other people for what I was not doing or doing. And I had to sit back and think, like, it's me.
Right.
I can't be mad at the world because the world ain't mad at me.
Okay.
They didn't do nothing to me. I'm over here mad at other people because I didn't go do what I was supposed to do to make it to where I'm okay with my life.
Okay.
So that's how I feel, honestly.
And me, I come up in a difficult time. It's not if though that times are not difficult right now, but today's times are more integrated into a society that is accepting of all of us.
Right.
So as I grew up, I grew bitter from the fact that I was not being accepted in my humanity. I seemed to feel like I was being neglected in just about everything that went on. Okay? And all I wanted to do was just live a regular, wholesome life, you know. And this was never, ever presented or laid out in front of me, because all the peoples that I grew up around was having the same struggles.
Right. They was feeling the same way?
Yeah, basically. And it frustrates, when frustration set in, it tends to trickle to the weaker one. Most of the time, the little fellas, the children, is the ones that get the brunt of our frustration.
True. And that connects to the whole point of the channel, is that it starts at home. It starts at home. Yeah, I noticed that when I wasn't productive as a child, when I couldn't do things that I wanted to do, that I felt like that had been beneficial to me when I was younger, I was frustrated.
Yeah.
I was extremely frustrated because I knew I was capable, but I couldn't do it either because of my age or, excuse me, or my parents was like, no.
Yeah.
You know, this is not something we're going to allow you to do. Rather, if it was good or bad, it just was still, I wanted to be productive in that way, and I couldn't do it.
And you know, as you're coming up as a child, and you see certain things, you see different things, you see different people do different things, and you know, you don't quite understand why they're going through this. You see people get angry, want to fight. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what do you get out of that when you little? What ticked that person off? What did the other individual do to make that person be enraged like they are?
Yeah, so mad.
Yeah. See, this is said. How do we recognize those things in our children at this day, how do we recognize those things? Do we take an internal look at ourselves to see if this is what they're looking at? Because most of the time they're looking at us.
Yeah.
You know,
And I think honestly, I think you have to be able to see yourself in your children and the younger ones around you, because you used to be at that current state that they're in now. So when I see my kids frustrated over stuff that I know for a fact I used to be frustrated over, I try to talk them through it. You know, I try to say, hey, I totally understand why you upset. And I try to get them to understand why they should be able to calm and be able to be rational and not be so emotional about it. And this is why. I feel like a lot of the times we just let the kids be mad without helping them understand their emotions.
The term we use now, they'll figure it out.
How they
That's not a way to go.
It's not, because how they gonna figure something out if they don't even know why they mad?
What's causing them to be mad in
No.
the first place? Well, see, this is the thing. That's why I wanted to bring this subject up, because it's something that we don't look at very often. We don't try to understand what drove this individual to this frustration. What does he see that make him so frustrated, so angry, you know, that he want to lash out at someone else?
Yeah, and you know what I noticed too about being mad? Being mad can be broke down in different categories, because you will see somebody or somebody do something, you'll be mad, but then your anger can either turn to frustration, jealousy, envy, hatred.
Yeah.
So like being mad is a big thing. You gotta really be able to talk to people, not even just kids, but you gotta be able to see and understand what is, like you were saying, frustrating them and what's really bothering them, because you can nip that in the bud early by just simply being able to relate.
And that's another thing. If you can relate and you see a person struggling with their emotions, because most of the time this is what flares up. Somebody that hurt our little feelings, you know, and they don't know how to adjust to it.
Nope.
So what you do, and you see, when they see someone else get their feeling hurt, and how that person responds, it's especially if it's a parent or someone that they look up to, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna reenact that somewhere down the line. They're gonna reenact it because, like we have been speaking all along, we're learning machines.
We are.
We're learning machines. And we retain things. We do got memory.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
We got memories that people don't realize. We got memories. Whoo, talking about a computer. I'm just saying, you know, think about all the little things that somebody did to you that you thought wasn't right, or and sometimes you know it wasn't right, but you was too afraid to go and speak about it.
Yeah, cause that's what I be noticing too. Like somebody will do something to most people, and most people are afraid to be confrontational because they either overdo it or they underdo it, because they don't know how to express themselves in a way to where they can tell them, hey, you did this to me. This how it make me feel. We need to talk about it,
Right?
Because I don't appreciate it.
There you go.
But instead of that, they know most people is just gonna go straight to defense.
Yeah.
And the situation never gets solved because you dealing with two emotionally immature people, you know?
Right. And be you 75 or 5.
True.
The same thing happens.
Because adults do argue with kids.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
And be ready to fight.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest arguments. Because look, kids want to do what they want to do.
True.
Adults are not going to, and if they are real adults, okay, you know, they done matured into a real adult, okay, because a real adult is going to take the time out and do exactly what you said right there earlier. They're going to take the time out to find out what's bothering or what's irritating or what's agitating this young person or this old person, and we're gonna sit down and talk about it.
Definitely.
Let's find out what's going on so we can clear this up with clear heads, without being angry, without jumping down somebody's throat.
You know what I think though? You know what I think too though, Granddaddy? I think you honestly, people be afraid to have those conversations because it's been so much anger built up. You know, once they start talking about it, all of it come up front. Like, I can be mad at you for something you did today, but I'm so mad at the fact that you did all of this in the past. The fact that you did something today just brought all of this back in once. So now I'm trying to talk to you, and it's chaotic because you don't even know that I've been holding on to all of this.
Right, because you never approached me.
Never said nothing.
And see, that's the thing about being angry. Anger.
It lingers.
Anger. I mean, it's a destroyer.
Yeah, it's a destroyer. Definitely, I can agree. Cause I done been mad. I done been mad. Been mad for so long, and was like, why am I so mad?
I mean, I'm still living. I'm still talking to the same individuals, but I'm mad at them. Why am I mad at them?
You can love them to death and be completely mad at them.
I'm mad at you. You know why I'm mad at you? Because you didn't give me no peanut butter yesterday. Hold up. The child right there. I didn't stop you from getting no peanut. Oh, you wanted me to give it to you. So a lot of time, what we're trying to get to here is where in this spectrum of life, and what causes you to be so emotionally frustrated. It's something we have to deal with. Anger is okay to get angry.
Yeah.
But the thing is, don't do stupid stuff while you angry.
Yeah.
Don't do anything while you angry, but sit down and calm yourself.
And think.
Yeah.
And think through the process. Because now I'll sit here and when I'm mad, I sit back and think like, why am I mad? What caused me to be mad? And how can I change this emotion? Because I know as men, it's not great for us to stay in a continuous anger spot. You know what I'm saying? When we get angry, things get a little violent, a little dangerous, and we need to be emotionally mature because that's why so many men end up behind them walls because they couldn't control their anger or their emotions, period. And I feel like that's because a lot of us as humans don't really understand our emotions. We just feel them.
We act them.
We feel them and act them.
And the thing with me, and if you know that you are easily emotionally thrown off, you should always sit down and talk to yourself before you speak to anybody.
True.
You should have a conversation. Oh, I'm not going to get angry today. I'm not going to let nobody throw me off my square today. You know? And take a good look inside of yourself at what is causing you to feel like that, to be angry. What is any other human being doing to you to cause you to want to be enraged at them?
And another thing too is, I feel like people be angry at certain individuals that they know they can't talk to them about it. Because if I come to you, like say for instance, I know if I bring up how you hurt me in the past and I said something to you and you jump to defense instead of trying to understand why I was upset at you, in the future, I may not come back to you and talk to you. I'm just going to hold it in and be mad. 9 times out of 10, you are. And then it's gonna build up, like you say, it's gonna build up layer on layer on layer, like
on
compound
layer.
interest.
And then and then all of a sudden, when they come to try to apologize, it's not gonna be accepted. You know, and then instead of listening to what you're trying to say to them, a lot of time, this is what really frustrates you. that you're more likely to me when you're being ignored, and you know that you is the victim in this situation.
True.
You know. So now, okay, you did something to me. I want to know, why did you do that to me? What did I do was so devastating to you for you to want to do that to me? Out of all things on God's planet, you want to do that particular thing to me.
And they be probably thinking in their head, like, why would you do this to me? I would never do that to you.
Right.
You know?
Right. But what I'm saying, what we're trying to get to here, our point is, what is it that causes you so much frustration, causes you so much anger, that it makes you want to harm someone? And where did you pick it up at? That's the question.
Yep, 9 times out of 10, it's the home.
Yes, you still definitely.
You learned that from your parents,
or
your
somebody.
cousins, your brothers, your sisters.
You saw somebody do something, and you saw how another person reacted to that thing, and you know you don't like that thing either. So 9 times out of 10, when they approach you with it, you gonna act in the same way. Especially, like I said, if it was a parent, a brother, or sister, someone that you looked it up to, you're gonna react in basically the same way they did.
Definitely, because I know I took a lot of my, I'm gonna call it anger traits, from my parents as well. My mama, my daddy. I seen exactly what they did when they was mad, and I replicated it in my own little way.
Excuse me. Yeah, and that's what we do. This is what we're creatures of learned behavior.
True.
We cannot get around that. You know, we got, everybody want to take the claim that they are better than each other. I keep telling them, we're gonna say this, or you'll hear us say this a gazillion times.
A bunch of times.
There's no one better than you, and you are not better than no one else.
It don't matter what stage in life they in. It don't matter how much money they got. It don't matter what car they drive, what house they stay in. Nobody is better than nobody
else. If you got a little bit more materialistic wealth than I do, God bless you.
No, honestly.
If you pick up things a little bit faster than I do, God bless you.
God bless you all the way.
Okay, it don't make that you better. You see, the thing is, you can spell zip zap zip zop beak
backwards.
You understand? But you can't even put numbers together to equal anything. I'm a number whiz and you a letter whiz. Guess what? Let's get together and be equal.
No, for real.
This is, but we take that stuff like that, and especially if someone try to use it against you, you're gonna get angry.
You're definitely gonna get angry, especially if you know they know what your weaknesses are.
Yeah, this is what we're trying to get our audience to understand. Find out what makes you angry and work on it.
You gotta really do some inner work.
Yeah, work on it.
You gotta really work with yourself.
And once you do that, you'll begin to see yourself grow away from the foolish things that's going on out here in this world today. You'll find yourself not going places that you used to go.
Because you will realize those was triggers for you.
Yeah.
To make you even madder than what you was. You probably woke up happy today, and you know as soon as you go over here with them, they gonna do something or say something that's gonna turn you up, and now you mad all over again. So once you start working on yourself, you're gonna be like, I'm not going over today.
No.
I'm not dealing with this job today.
No, I'm not going.
I'm gonna find another.
Yeah, not today. I'm gonna do something else today. I'm not gonna be angry today. I'm not gonna let nobody make me angry today.
At all.
And see, this is what we're trying to get our audience to understand. What the question is that, what is it in your life, and when did you start? Matter of fact, when did you start realizing that this was happening to you?
Yeah, I want y'all to drop that down in the comments. I want y'all to tell us, when did you realize what was making you angry? Like, just give us a time, a reference, your age or something, when you realized, you actually started realizing your emotions. You started realizing what your anger was and what it was about, and who was it coming from,
Mm-hmm.
and why was you so angry?
Right.
I think that's a great way to look at it, because you have to reflect.
Yeah. You have to be responsible to you. And the only way you're going to be responsible to you is to begin to backtrack your lifestyle, your life from when you was with your parents up until now, and figure out what causes you to be angry.
Yeah,
And-
you got to get all that weight off your shoulders. You got to
Yeah.
get all that stuff off of you, so you can be a better person. It's all about being who you are,
Mhm.
and then on top of that, figuring that out is embracing another part of your humanity.
There you go. And listen, I don't care how you put it. Always remember, 99.999% of everything that you learned it at home.
At the house.
So there's a very small percentage of stuff that you pick up out in the street. There's a very small percentage of things that you get at school.
Yeah, and guess what?
Mhm.
The stuff you pick up outside the home comes from other people's homes.
Absolutely. And if you're in the neighborhood, remember, that's home too.
Mm-hmm.
So it starts at home, whichever way you go. And what we're really trying to get you to understand is that once you figure your anger button, switch it off.
Turn it all the way off.
Switch it off. Delete it out of your program.
Because you can.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't want nobody to misunderstand what we're saying.
Right.
We're not saying that you are not going to get angry.
Right.
Okay. We're not saying that folks is going to intentionally make you angry. So don't be looking for that. What we're saying is this: what is it that tick you when you can feel it growing in your
Inside you.
chest? Yeah, you can feel it growing to that explosion point.
Mm-hmm.
What we're trying to get you to understand is stop the explosion.
Don't let it get to the point where you're going to explode.
That's right. Stop the explosion.
If you need to have these conversations with these people that's causing you to explode, have it. If you can't have it with them, remove yourself.
Get out of that situation, period, completely.
You know another thing too? I think a lot of us out here is mad at ourselves
Could be.
for allowing ourselves to be this, for putting ourselves in these positions to be mad at these people.
You know what? I'm gonna say something to you right now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel so relieved. How old are you?
29.
You're 29.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be 74 this year. I'm loving the conversation because we're bridging something here. We're bridging something that I think causes us to be angry.
True.
A lack of understanding.
That's all it is, honestly.
We're bridging that thing because here it is. Even though you're my grandson, you don't have to sit here and listen to me. And you know how old quacks get like me. I'm not listening to that little nerd. He don't know nothing. You know what
Right.
can he tell me? I
Right.
know everything.
Hey, he ain't lived long enough to tell me nothing.
Right. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
See, this is one of the things we want to be able to do. Listen to each other's heart. Listen to what's coming out of each other's mouth. Then we can kill that anger.
Mm-hmm.
You'll find out when you start doing that. This is started at home. Whatever started making you mad started in your household.
It definitely did. It definitely did. And I feel like too as well, we gotta start, before we start trying to deal with other people that's making us mad, we gotta deal with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just be jumping your anger off on other people.
Can't dump it up. You
You
can't
can't
just
dump it.
No.
You gotta dump it off you first in the right ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? If I decided I'm just gonna be angry, I'm gonna get mad, and I'm gonna dump my feelings off on you, that's not proper. That's not.
It's not.
That's not respectful. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not. It's very disrespectful.
I agree.
For me to get angry about something and then go do something to something else.
Mm-hmm. So I had an issue like that too. My wife was telling me, I get mad at the world, had a bad day at work, and come home and be mad, and be mean. Don't even be meaning to be mean.
Right.
But she had to check me like, look, I understand you upset, but I don't deserve that.
Okay.
And then I had to sit back and think and be like, you know what? You right.
Right.
You don't deserve none of this negative energy I'm giving you right now.
Right.
You ain't did nothing to me at all.
And to deserve that anyway.
At
you know?
all.
So now you begin to see, and then you start easing down on your brakes. You don't pump them, because pumping, that means you stop and start.
Mm-hmm.
You ease down on them, and you come to a nice,
I like that.
slow. You understand?
Complete stop. Yeah.
You come, and then you check yourself.
You have to.
Check yourself. If you feel yourself getting, check you. Don't
Yes.
check the other person.
That's really important. Like we want y'all to really understand. Like this is really, really important.
Yes, it is.
Because your anger is gonna dictate most of the decisions that you make in your life.
All the time.
If you could control your anger, you'll be way better off than the person who can't.
I guarantee you, if you can control your anger, you got self-control.
Oh, definitely.
Okay?
And you really good at it.
Listen, I mean,
Because there's a million things you can be mad about every day, all day.
all day long.
All day. We can sit here and be mad all day if we wanted to.
Here come old mad Nate. Nobody want to be bothered with him.
Exactly.
Because your attitude is always blown out. You ain't never got nothing good. Every time somebody say something, what's good about it? Good morning. What's good about it?
Right. Like,
You know what I mean?
you mad at the morning for being good?
I mean, are you mad at yourself for waking up?
Like, for real.
How, you know what? Wait a minute. But this is what we're really, really trying to get you to understand.
Mhm.
That when you find out where you start getting angry, where is that point that gets you angry? Turn that switch off.
Turn it off.
Turn that switch off.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, don't pump it. Somebody messing with you or doing something, don't pump it. Ease down on that brake
Mm-hmm.
until you can get the control of that situation. Then you stop the car.
Mm-hmm.
Then you stop all the nonsense. But if you pump them, well, guess what? You go, I don't know, oh yes, oh no, oh yes. The next thing you know, you ain't did nothing but frustrated yourself more.
Yeah, you exhausted yourself more.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing. The scenario you use with your wife there, when you coming in and you've been out on her, what didn't happen to you out in the public,
Mm-hmm.
or what you perceived happened to you.
Perceived. I couldn't control my emotions
Right.
when I felt like things weren't going the way I felt like it should have went.
Yeah.
And I brought all that anger and emotional baggage to the crib.
Yeah. To you.
And it wasn't like I just blew up and went crazy when I got to the house, but it was just like I was being who my wife didn't know me to be.
Right. You wasn't being her husband.
Exactly. I was just mad that she like, don't be taking that out on me.
Right.
I ain't did nothing to you. And I had to sit back and think like, I'm really taking this out on her for no reason. Like, I'm really mad.
Mm-hmm.
And the woman that loved me, I'm trying to cuss her out for something small that she did that normally probably wouldn't even been made me mad.
Right. Listen, and who was you cursing out actually?
Myself.
Thank you.
Honestly, that's why I sit back and think like, you know what?
God, thank you.
You know how many apologizes I had to do?
Right. And,
You know,
I
how
mean,
much I was some gifts or something because it wasn't necessary.
and guess what apology is? That's one of them pump on them brakes. Because it don't mean too much of a nothing.
Nope, it don't. Because she straight told me like,
I don't want that.
I don't even care about it. Just stop doing it.
There you go. Now you hear me.
Yeah.
Ease on them brakes and stuff. But see, this is the reason why I thought about it so hard when you said, well, what you think our next podcast would be? Because I had caught myself getting a little angry about things,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it's things that I could control, you know. But you find yourself getting angry at who?
Yourself.
You, because you don't take the responsibility of getting up and controlling it.
Mm-hmm. When you're not being who you supposed to be, the rather what area of life it is, you slacking, you be mad. That's why I be saying when I'm not productive, when I'm not doing something that I'm supposed to be doing, and I decided to either be lazy or procrastinate, or, you know what I'm saying, just the opposite of what I'm supposed to be doing, and then I feel the repercussions of me not doing what I was supposed to be doing, now I'm mad. And I be sitting here like, bro, if you just did what you're supposed to do, you wouldn't even be feeling them like how you feeling right now.
Right.
The first time.
Look, the first time around, and I check myself a lot because I like to tease with my wife sometimes, and she think I be angry at her and stuff like that, and I have to let her know that's not possible for me to really get angry at you.
True.
Because what I be doing, if I'm angry at myself for not performing the way I should have done. You know, and most of the time, that's what we get angry about. So I learned where to turn that button off. I learned to turn that thing off. When I feel that pressure rising, I open that valve up and let that steam out real easy.
Real easy.
I don't let it out on nobody else.
I feel like that's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it, because other people do not deserve all that unnecessary negative energy and anger because you mad at yourself. You dealing with something inside of you that you haven't dealt with properly. And those people around you do not deserve that, because they love you and they care about you and they want to see you be great.
Right.
So how dare you do that?
And remember the question we pose now. What make you angry? Not who make you angry, but what?
Yeah, man. I think we need to make a part 2 to this.
Right.
I think so. I think they gonna think so too, man. I think so.
I think that the real part about understanding where we at right now is that we have to start going within ourselves, because that's what home is. Okay, and especially after you consider yourself mature and an adult, you think you own everything. Remember, you still a child.
Still a child.
Whether your parents dead or not, or alive, you still a child. Now, if you got children, guess what? Don't twist what I'm trying to say here either, okay?
At all.
Because if you got children, that don't mean children having children, but it is cause children having children, because you are somebody else's child.
No matter how you look at it.
Okay, so what I'm saying is this. Once you get to the point where you figure you are a mature adult, where you can take things under control, you can go out here and fend for yourself and raise a family, you got to know what makes you angry.
Have to.
Because if not, your family, if you ever get one, it's not going to be a happy one. And anger.
And I think anger is what be breaking up a lot of relationships.
Yes.
As far as in with your spouse, your kids, just everybody around not dealing with their own anger, and they clashing with it, everybody.
Yeah, I tell you what, right here, it's a good place to cut this in. But because I want to put a thought out there for everyone to think about. Our next video is going to be what makes you angry and who causes it.
That's a great topic. But y'all, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can get all of our content as soon as we drop it.
Remember, what makes you angry? This is Deacon Isaac Foster.
This is Gabe, and you know it starts at home.
Thank you.
We'll
see you on the next video.
That was cool.